Welcome to Maths and Science by IITIAN channel. Today, in this lecture, I will be taking up a very important and a very good method of solving the exponential factorial equation. The equation is consisting of exponentials and equal to a factorial. Exponential factorial combined equation. It's very tough to solve. It's not that easy to solve, but I will tell you how to solve it with ease. I will be talking about the substitution method using the polar technique, polar coordinates. I am not going with the Cartesian coordinates of x and y. I will be going with x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta by defining r for solving this, and by defining theta, and also by using the Stirling equation for approximating a factorial number into exponential number. One is I will be using the Stirling equation, and second polar coordinates for solving this equation. It may be a little bit different path I will be assuming rather than a regular path of solving the question. Let us go. What is the question? I have to solve x and y such that x to the power of 11 plus y to the power of 11 is equal to factorial 11. It is tracing the curve x to the power of 11 plus y to the power of 11 is equal to factorial 11. It is in the form x to the power of n plus y to the power of n is equal to factorial n. If it is in this type, can we solve this equation by using some approximations? There is a Stirling method for converting a factorial into exponential. Let us make both sides exponential. Let us remove this factorial n, and convert it into exponential. First step. How to do it? What is Stirling equation? Stirling equation is factorial n is approximately equal to square root of 2 pi n into n by e to the power of n. Here, what is n value? N is equal to 11. That means factorial 11 can be approximated to square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11. What is the value of e? 2.718, which we know. What is the value of pi? 22 by 7, 3.1416, which we know. Let us substitute. Factorial 11 is approximately equal to square root of 2 into 3.1416 into 11 into 11 by 2.718 to the power of 11. Ultimately, this is the value of factorial 11. Now, let us say, here what is the problem given? X to the power of 11 plus y to the power of 11 is equal to 11 factorial. What is 11 factorial? What we have got? Square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11. This is the value of x to the power of 11 plus y to the power of 11 is equal to so and so. Now, next what we have to do? We have to find x and y such that this equation is satisfied. What is that equation? X to the power of 11 plus y to the power of 11 is equal to square root of 2 pi into 11 by e to the power of 11. Now, what will be the domain of x? Let us assume that we want positive real solutions for x and y. We want this. Positive real solutions means x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. That means lower limit we have got. Now we have to find out the upper limit of x and y. How to find out the upper limit of x and y? X to the power of 11 is equal to square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11 minus y to the power of 11. Or we can say y to the power of 11 is equal to square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11 minus x to the power of 11. And if this value for x to be greater than 0, for x to be greater than 0 and y to be greater than 0, the value of x to the power of 11 cannot be greater than square root of 2 pi 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11. For y to be greater than 0 and x to be greater than 0, x should be less than, x to the power of 11 should be less than square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11. Whole to the power of 1 by 11. Because we are talking about x to the power of 11, we should not put whole to the power. Which implies x should be less than square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11 whole to the power of 1 by 11. When x is less than this value only, then y to the power of 11 will be positive. That implies y will be positive real number. What is that? From the equation, y to the power of 11 is equal to, because y to the power of 11 is equal to square root of 2 pi 11, 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11 minus x to the power of 11 implies from Stirling equation and also from the functions knowledge, when we have written y is equal to some function of x, then the domain of x in which x can vary is so that y should be greater than 0, because y should be greater than 0 implies, and also we have assumed that x is greater than 0. Hence, it is 0 is less than x, x is less than square root of 2 pi into 11 into 11 by e to the power of 11 whole to the power of 1 by 11. This is the domain of x. In this domain of x, our equation has infinite solutions between these two values on the real line. We will get infinite values of y for infinite values of the domain of x. We will get the range. This is the domain of x, and range is such that y is equal to, we will get the value once we substitute the different values of x. You got the answer? Hence, the domain, we have what we have used here in this example. First step, we have converted the given factorial into exponential equation by using Stirling's formula. Approximation, it's an approximation. What is the Stirling's formula says? Factorial n is equal to approximately square root of 2 pi n. Sorry, when we are using capital N here, we will use capital N here. 2 pi n, n by e to the power of n. This equation, you please remember, the question in the examination may not be this much complicated, otherwise they will give the value of logarithms, L and 11. Don't worry about it. This is Stirling formula. From this, once you have applied the Stirling formula, third, convert the equation, given complicated equation into simple equation of exponential. Exponential plus factorial into simple exponential next express y in terms of x to find the domain and range. Here we have solved the problem of functions, exponential functions, logarithmic functions, applied Stirling's rule of approximation. The Stirling rule of approximation, please remember this. And ultimately we got the solution as the domain of the function as 0 less than x, x is less than square root of 2 pi into 11. Why I am repeatedly writing this? Because you will understand that if the answers in the JEE Mains or Maths Olympiad or in JEE Advanced, if anything of this sort is given, don't get confused. Please take the correct answer. This is the correct answer. If 11 is not given, it is given as n. Let us say general equation x to the power of n plus y to the power of n is equal to factorial n. Then the solution will be for a positive real number 0 less than x less than square root of 2 pi n into n by e to the power of n whole to the power of 1 by n. This is one method. Second, I have promised you that I will go to polar coordinates and I will explain you. For solution in polar coordinates, I will continue this lecture in the next class and I will give the solution in the polar coordinates. Till that time you can think and try to solve. If this is the theta and this is r, then this is r cos theta and this is r sin theta. This is equal to y, this is equal to x. You try to apply this rule and get some solution, and I will be explaining in detail and derive the formula in polar coordinates in the next class, because this class is going to be lengthy. And we have done whatever we have done till now, we have done on Cartesian coordinates, and polar coordinates we will be doing in the following lecture. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you for listening to me. If there is a value addition to your knowledge, kindly share my video and subscribe to my channel Maths and Science by IITIAN. Thank you. Best of luck to everybody.